Welcome back, third grade scientists. This week in your science lessons, you explored some weather technology inventions and inventors. So today we're going to dig a little more deeply into two famous inventors that invented some weather technology many years ago, but it's still used today. So let's get going. Did you know that there is a Hall of Fame for inventors? Yes, boys and girls, that's right. Inventors are our real life superheroes and celebrities that we don't often consider enough. When you watch TV, movies, your TV shows, listen to music, watch your sports games, you think of all those people that you're seeing as celebrities. But really, when you think about it, all the things we use in our life that make our life happier and easier were all invented by someone who worked really hard through the engineering and design process to come up with an invention to make our lives easier. They are our real life superheroes and celebrities that we should consider more often. If you are interested in learning more about them, you can visit this website on the National Inventors Hall of Fame. And it's actually a place that you can visit in real life. It's located in Alexandria, Virginia. And at that museum, you can put faces to all the inventions that you don't even think about that somebody had to work really hard to make. So don't forget to consider our inventors as our real life superheroes. Now, let's explore some important inventions in weather technology and learn about who invented them. We're going to look at the inventor of the barometer, the weather balloon, and the rain gauge. All important weather technology inventions that some very important, smart, hardworking inventors worked on to make our lives easier. The first invention we're going to look at is the barometer. The mercury barometer is the oldest type of barometer, and it was invented by an Italian physicist named Evangelista Torricelli in 1643, a really long time ago. And there he is. He first tried using water when he came up with the idea for a barometer, but his first invention and try at it using water, he had to create a device that was more than 35 feet high. It rose even higher than his house. And that made his neighbors wonder what he was up to and caused them to be a little bit suspicious. And they started to ask questions, wondering what he was doing. So he went back to that engineering and design process, which remember goes in a circle, and inventors are always trying to revise and make their inventions better. And he figured out that he could make a much smaller device that was much more practical if he used mercury in place of the water, because mercury weighs almost 14 times more than water. So he could use a lot less of that and therefore make a much smaller device. The barometer has evolved a lot over time, which means it's gone through a lot of revisions and changes, but it still remains one of the most important devices in weather forecasting. Now we use digital barometers. Remember, the barometer is a scientific instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure. Meteorologists use this every day to predict short-term changes in the weather. Whenever you're watching a weather forecast on TV, that meteorologist has considered the information they received from a barometer. So thanks to Torricelli. The next invention we're going to explore is the rain gauge. People have been measuring rainfall since ancient times in Greece, but the first standardized rain gauge was invented in 1441 in Korea. In 1662, though, the first tipping bucket rain gauge, which is similar to what we use today, was invented in Britain by this man named Christopher Wren. A rain gauge looks like this. It's a cylinder, almost looks like a measuring cup, and it catches rain and measures the amount of rain accumulation. A tipping bucket is the most common type of rain gauge, but the name can be deceiving because it doesn't actually tip. Actually, it uses funnels to collect the rain, and they alternate. When one fills up, it tips and allows the rain to spill out. So in other words, when it fills up, it takes a measurement of that amount of rain that filled the cylinder and then allows another funnel to continue filling it so that they can get an accurate measurement of the accumulation in case it goes more than the actual cylinder allows. Thanks to Christopher Wren, we are able to use this technology still today. The last invention we're going to look at is the weather balloon. Now, when you see a picture of this, you may think, oh, that looks like a hot air balloon, the kind that people ride in a basket up to the sky. And that's true. That's where the idea came from. But this type of balloon is a very special technology used for weather prediction. One of the earliest known uses of a weather balloon was by a French meteorologist called Léon Tesserenc-Debord as early as 1896. And there he is. He launched hundreds of these balloons up into the sky. And because of this launching and his perseverance, this led to the discovery of the troposphere and the stratosphere, the different levels of the atmosphere. Weather balloons are like mobile weather stations, which means they're little stations that can move about, and they carry scientific instruments into the upper atmosphere. They can measure weather variables like atmospheric pressure, temperature, and humidity, all important information that meteorologists need to gather. The information that the balloon collects is sent to a ground-based receiver station, and here the information can be stored and analyzed by meteorologists. This technology allows meteorologists to get information that is very difficult to access because of where the balloon has to go, but thanks to the weather balloon, they're able to do this much more easily. So remember, boys and girls, celebrate these inventors. They are really our most important celebrities. Think about it. How would I attach all my papers together without this stapler? You know, come to think of it, I'm not even sure who invented the stapler, but now I'm going to look it up because they deserve the credit for me to find out who they are because they're a celebrity in my job and in my house. So remember, celebrate inventors. They are our most important celebrities. Great work. Keep it up. They're great scientists.